Within the initiation of a relationship, you are ascending upon a gradual incline composed of various triumphs, as it is also composed of minor trials, constituting a major climax at its peak. Once that peak is reached, a plateau is soon to follow, leading to a gradual ascension or descension, resulting in a resolution or a closure without resolve. Unhealthy monotony, repetitious conversations and remarks, the relationship has become redundant and quite juvenile. As a relationship such as a friendship begins to dissolve and you have chosen to detach completely from that relational dynamic, furthermore separating yourself from that individual in question, depending upon the circumstantial situation, it is vital that you inform the other party of what prompted your departure, for it then becomes a disappearance that is perceived as impromptu, dismissive, distant, and cold, when in fact, such an occurrence is meant to be felt as warm and present and met with understanding. For the sake of a necessary closure, it is vital that you elaborate upon the reasoning behind your actions. As you are departing from a relationship, as a bond between you and another person has slowly dissolved, closure is essential for you as much as it is for them, and vice versa. It's vital for them as much as it is for you. You know, all must be said and done when one chooses to depart from a relationship, especially that of adolescent bonding. Maturing relationships, even if it wasn't childhood, teenagers, young adults, you grow with another person. Even if you weren't a cohesive solution, you were a mixture, like a salad, if you remember science in elementary or middle school, depending on when you learned it. And that's what happened to me. I had a friend, and I left her without any closure. And I had to return to her with, my remarks as to why I left. Informed her of my actions because she was clueless. It was so cold and dismissive, and it wasn't my intention. I just came up with a resolution within myself. I found closure for myself without assuring her the same sentiment, the same whatever. We just weren't giving to each other in the areas where we needed the most, nor wanted. Fulfillment was lost. The purpose was, accomplished, in my opinion. We learned our lessons. We gave what we could, and, it's over, but closure is necessary. I have a relationship to this day where I was not given the proper closure. The various minor issues within our relationships, or excuse me, the major transgressions within our relationships stem from the minor inconveniences. So when you're able to break down the climax at its peak, you then realize the trail that followed you to that point, the trail of inconveniences. And it's quite minor. The major is minor. So it's easily resolved. And that's what I had to understand within myself regarding my ex-friend. Still love her like a sister, yet I can't give her any more than what she can give me. So what's the point of being in that relationship? Knowledge-wise, spiritually, emotionally, there was nothing we could give to each other. Yet going back to my old relationship where closure was not afforded unto me, from that, I realized the fault within my behavior. You have to tell people as to why you are ending a relationship if you have chosen to do so. No matter how uncomfortable it may feel, may you be a passive individual, you have to assert yourself to the cause. They need it just as much as you do. They need closure just as much as you do. And from that last relationship, I've never been afforded the closure to resolve and or dissolve certain feelings. There's questions that exist that need to be answered, and they never will. Closure. As you dissolve and depart, assure closure.